flesh of thy sons and of thy daughters, which the Lord thy God hath given thee in the siege, and in the straitness wherewith thine enemies shall distress thee. During the Roman siege of Jerusalem in 70 AD, Titus and his forces employed a strategy that effectively isolated and starved the city. They surrounded Jerusalem, cutting off all escape and supply routes, and built a siege wall to completely enclose the city. This prevented access to external food and water sources, causing supplies within Jerusalem to rapidly deplete. The prolonged siege led to extreme conditions of starvation among the inhabitants. This dire situation was exacerbated by internal conflicts among Judean factions, weakening their collective ability to cope with the siege. The Romans also thwarted any attempts by the city's inhabitants to forage for food outside the walls. As a result of these harsh tactics, the people of Jerusalem faced such severe famine that there are historical accounts, including the writings of the Israelite historian Flavius Josephus, suggesting that the situation became so desperate that some resorted to cannibalism, including mothers eating their own babies. This horrific outcome highlights the extreme suffering and degradation that occurred during the siege, leading to the city's eventual fall and the destruction of the Second Temple. Modern-day malicious mothers who destroy their offspring's emotional connection to their father can perpetuate a generational curse in the community. This behavior is very similar to mother bears that display infanticidal behavior by eating their cubs. Such behavior could be influenced by various factors, including stress, hunger, illness, or environmental disturbances. Betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her. Thou shalt build an house, and thou shalt not dwell therein. Thou shalt plant a vineyard, and shalt not gather the grapes thereof. Deuteronomy 28:30 warns of severe consequences for disobedience to God, describing situations of deep personal loss and frustration. It speaks of engaging in meaningful endeavors, such as marrying, building a house, and planting a vineyard, only to have the outcomes of these efforts unjustly taken away or enjoyed by others. This verse serves as a stark reminder that turning away from God's commandments can lead to profound injustice, suffering, and the denial of life's rewards. Law, our mission is formed from the womb, holds significant importance for the Israelites, as it underscores God's intimate involvement in their creation and destiny. It serves as a divine affirmation of their chosen status and special relationship with God, conveying that this relationship is not incidental, but intentionally designed from the earliest stages of life. The concept also reinforces God's sovereignty and ongoing care, providing assurance that He is continually involved in guiding, protecting, and sustaining the Israelites. Overall, it elevates their understanding of their own identity and value in the eyes of God. Isaiah 44:2. Thus saith the Lord that made thee and formed thee from the womb, which will help thee. Fear not, O Jacob, my servant, and thou, Jezreel, whom I have chosen. Isaiah 44:2 conveys that the Most High has intimately created and formed the Israelites from the very beginning of their existence in the womb. The verse also reassures them of God's ongoing help and support. By addressing Jacob and using the poetic name Jeshurun, God emphasizes their chosen status and encourages them not to be afraid, as He is continually involved in their lives. Overall, the verse serves to affirm God's sovereign role in creating, choosing, and sustaining the Israelites. As quoted above, speaking of Sarah, we find the womb described as the whole of the pit. This metaphor extends to the mountain from which the stone kingdom is taken. This is God's mind. James, who wrote to the 12 tribes, said, "Of His own will He begat us, Israelites, with the word of truth." James 1:18. As has been shown, begat primarily pertains to conception, not physical birth. Isaiah 51, verse 1. Hearken to me, ye that follow after righteousness, ye that seek the Lord. Look unto the rock whence ye are hewn, and to the hole of the pit whence ye are digged. This verse encourages the people of Israel to remember their origins and the foundations of their faith. The imagery of being hewn from a rock and dug from a pit serves as a reminder of their humble beginnings and God's hand in their formation and history. Isaiah 51, verse 2. Look unto Abraham your father, and unto Sarah that bare you. For I called him alone, and blessed him, and increased him. Isaiah 51, verse 2 calls the Israelites to remember their ancestors Abraham and Sarah, emphasizing that their nation began with just one man, whom God called and blessed. The verse serves as a reminder of God's faithfulness and power to fulfill his promises, encouraging the Israelites to trust in God even in challenging times. Overall, it connects the Israelites to their divine heritage and underscores the enduring nature of God's covenant with them. Isaiah 44:24. Thus saith the Lord, thy Redeemer, and he that formed thee from the womb. I am the Lord that maketh all things, that stretcheth forth the heavens alone, that spreadeth abroad the earth by myself. Here again, the Lord is speaking to Israel only. Nowhere in Scripture can we find reference to the Lord being the Redeemer of any other people, apart from those of Israel, who are formed from the womb.